talk about injustice. That they're like the story of that kind of follows.
I don't
Think
want to
about
talk about injustice. I don't want. That's bullshit. I will rant about injustice and how it's completely fucking stupid that Superman ends up going crazy and how it's completely out of character and how that would not happen. But because a fucking video game company got the rights and wanted to make a fighting game, they loosely tied together the most bullshit asinine reason for Superman to go crazy.
oh,
But
you should read the comic tie-in. It's even dumber. Like he goes through an emo phase and it's like Superman 3 where he starts growing 5 o'clock shadow and he starts getting all emo. He's like, I'm a despicable piece of crap for killing a bad guy. You should hate me. And then he reveals his he tells everyone, I'm Clark Kent, and then government's like, oh man, we know who this dude is. We don't want him to like screw with us, and so uh they take his parents hostage because they think they can like stop him, but like Superman doesn't figure that out.
yeah,
So he freaks out and he's like, "They took my parents. I'm gonna like friggin' kill you." And so that's how he takes over the kind of like takes over the government after that because he gets pissed off that they think he's a threat.
hmm.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Let me put it this way: there have been there have been a lot of comics where Superman quote unquote goes evil, and like, and I get how interesting that is because that's comic book fans get wet off that shit. We're like, what if Superman goes evil? It's like, oh my god, that'd be so awesome. This would happen and that would happen, and then there's fangasm everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Red Sun's a great example. Whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow is a great example, right? And have God, I feel dumb again for asking, but have you read Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
No, but I've read the Batman equivalent of it. What happened to the Cape Crusader? And that one is
Okay.
a
Oh, that
freaking
one's good. I
trippy.
really like that one.
That's a trippy ass book.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy, but it was also it also that is a type of book that explores the character, that kind of like gets inside the character's head from many different angles, and at the end, delivers a satisfying. Uh, Let me put it this way, and this thought just occurred to me: the greatest comic book stories are the stories that question why is Superman the way that he is. Like, if things could change, like whatever happened to the Cape Crusader, like, let's examine Batman and let's put him in all these different crazy scenarios. And what is the one constant? The one constant is that Batman is courageous, is that he never gives up hope, and that he never feels like he's done enough, right? Like, he
Hmm.
always feels like he could have done more. He always wants to do more, right?
Right.
And that is the heart and soul of the character. So the best stories are not when the worst possible things happen to the characters and they go completely batshit insane. The best stories are when the worst things happen to the characters, and despite the horrible things that are happening to them, they stay true to themselves and true to their core values, despite all the craziness going on in their lives, right?
Hmm.
And that is what makes a compelling character, right?
Right.
And that is what that, for fans who have read it, know that that is basically what happens in Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow and Red Sun. And what else? I've honestly been reading a lot of Superman comics recently. I've gotten to a Superman kick.
I'm sure we. I think we should probably go downstairs, but we can still continue this conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm sure everyone's done with you. Like running,
No,
you've
no,
been
no,
running.
dude, no problem. Like,
No,
I,
it's
I
just like
will freely admit that when it comes to comics, this is the like I don't want to be the comic book nerd that like goes on a rant at the drop of a hat, but this is one of those rare things where like I literally cannot stop myself. Most of the time, I can stop myself, right? But
oh,
if you need to stop me, please do, because I could be here all day. Because
uh, I'm digging the conversation. It's just that I'm sure you're getting bored running back and forth on the chests there.
Oh no, I'm talking to myself. I'm very, I'm very narcissistic. I'm talking to myself. That's fine for me. I could do that. I could do that every day. But anyway, when, nah,
We can talk about less serious stuff. Like,
yeah,
have you seen the pictures of what was it, Jamie Foxx as Electro?
I have not. I have
He
not
look
seen the pot. I have not seen those pictures.
he looks like Mr. Freeze.
Really?
They made him look like Mr. Freeze.
I'll have to check that out. I don't. You know what? I'm honestly gonna give them a pass. Jamie Foxx as a villain interests me. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly think that Jamie Foxx is a little bit underrated as an actor. I really do.
Yeah, I like Django. He was pretty damn good in that, and I've seen Ray, and that was an
Mhm.
amazing movie.
Mhm. Mhm.
But as for everyone else, like, I hate Andrew Garfield.
Really?
He's kind of a I'm glad that they finally made Spider-Man kind of a snarky douchebag. Like he's kind of supposed to be, and I don't mean that in the extreme way. Like he's an asshole. I mean like
Yeah.
he's got that cockiness and that quick wit about him that usually Spider-Man has.
Yeah.
Something that Toby did not have. Like
Oh
he
no.
was he was
No.
good at
Oh,
making
Toby.
Peter the awkward nerd. That was
Yeah.
good, but he could not pull off a decent Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah. I will agree with you 100% there. Every time whenever it was time for basically that big Spider-Man moment where he's like, "Huh, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna rise to the occasion." It always felt so forced,
yeah.
so forced. Like let me put it this way, and I think I might be able to pick your brain on this. In the Sam Raimi trilogy, my favorite parts of that entire trilogy, all my favorite parts, did not involve Spider-Man. They did not.
Yeah, I can
Like
see that.
chief example in Spider-Man 2 when Otto Octavius is about to die and he looks really sad, and yet he also has like this inner fire, and he basically he says, "I will not die a monster," right?
Yeah,
That was my favorite moment of the movie because that actor pulled it off really well. But like that scene where Spider-Man is holding that massive column from crushing Mary Jane, and he kind of jokes that like, "Hi, this is really heavy." That felt so forced, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And
I was
that
kind of thinking. I was thinking the same thing because it's like this is really heavy. She's about to die.
yeah. And
Yeah,
and like Spider-Man is kind of known for that kind of gallows humor, right? But some actors just can't pull it off, you know?
yeah.
And was it just me, or did the whole romance in that trilogy seem really forced?
Yeah. I think getting Mary Jane to dump that guy at the end of 2 was a bit forced. I think mostly because that's just what the fans wanted, and then they just
Yeah,
piss all over it in 3.
yeah, yeah. I mean, let me put it this way. I guess, and again, I guess it has nothing to. I think it all comes down to the actors, right?